Good morning, champions. Coach Tina here. Oh my goodness, it is the last Monday of 2025, and I just want to know who came alive this year. I had so many things happen that I do feel like I am living the dream and having just an incredible life. And you know what? I want that for everybody. So I'm sharing all the stories, all the things. We're figuring it out together, but I really want you to know that it is within reach. You just keep moving towards the thing that you want, and oh my gosh, things change. So, today we are gathered together to talk about moving. Yes, it is moving day. And what in the heck am I talking about? Well, some of you may have remembered that in April, Chris started a school program. It was June actually. In June, Chris started a school program in Tulsa, and he tried it in hotel rooms for a while and that didn't work, so we got him an apartment and we had this whole bachelor pad phase, and I was going up there to live with them and coming back here and traveling and doing stuff, and life just got really chaotic, okay? And so as Chris works through his last 6 months of this training, we talked about what we were going to do. I mean, at one point, I was looking at homes in Tulsa so that I could move there. We could make this whole thing. But what we decided was Chris is going to move home, and it's all happening this week. So we're super excited. So the move is a positive move. And it made me think about moving, right? Like, move is a noun, but it's also a verb. And so when you move, there's action. In fact, we have moving, which adds even more action, right? And then there's moved when it's all done and said, which I wish we were already there. But I mean, Chris is amazing. He's already got things packed. He's going to be driving here with a truckload of his items, doing his walkthrough on Wednesday. It, it's exciting to think about him coming home because of the emotional aspect of moved. Okay, so it's not just about boxes and things and so on, and quite honestly, the cost is minimal that he's saving. The convenience, yeah, he's going to be driving 4 hours every day to go back and forth to school, but the days off, we're going to be together. And that's really what this is about, is that we missed each other. So starting into our 10th year together, life is good. We got our, I won't call it a wake up call of, we had started going into the pattern of same old things were, let's not call them boring, but they were patterned. And then boom, we got a huge pattern interrupt with this, with the year of Platt, with this. And we realized how much we want to be together, how time apart is not that much fun. And so we're changing things up. How does that feel? How would that feel in your life? I'm very curious. So, if you don't know me, I am Coach Tina. I am the founder of the Empowering Champions community. I have been doing this for 4 years now. It seems kind of crazy to even say that. We have a global community of women who know there is a desire in their heart that they are meant to fulfill a purpose that they are on this earth for. And somewhere along the way, they got lost and just don't quite know what to do to get this out into the world, to make the impact that you know you're meant to have. And then comes along Coach Tina, who I was just like you, not sure what to do in my life. And over this last, even just 4 years, wow, we have had some significant changes. Many of you know Tony Robbins came into my life. And through the Tony Robbins life style, let's call it, um, things have significantly changed. Challenging, yes. pushing myself way more? Yes. Have I made millions of dollars? No, not yet. But where I was before, where everything was a dream and everything was a someday, and now recognizing that every day is an opportunity to get further ahead and the work that needs to be done to become the person that I've always known and dreamt that I was meant to be. I am on that path, you guys. I feel it in every cell in my body. I'm doing some amazing things this year. This is the start to my plat year, meaning that I will be taking an entire 12 months to lean in at an even deeper level into the Tony Robbins world. Some of you might liken this to like my master's program. I feel like I've done my undergraduate. I got all the Tony University done, did my time as a senior leader. So I've served quite a bit. But this year's about me, and it's about the growth that I want to have. It's about me stepping out and becoming a version of myself that I've dreamt of, I've wanted, but that doesn't necessarily has translated into the actual it's happening. And that's what I'm out to change and explore. So let's talk about this year. This year was incredible. We called it the Come Alive in 2025. So each year I like to kind of give a theme to the year, and then I live my life in that way. Well, 2026, it was hard to come up with a phrase that kind of rhymed with 2026, but that also aligned with my soul, that it meant something to me, that meant something we could build on in here. And guess what? I came up with rewrite the script in 2026. If I was a poet, maybe AI could have done as well. But the concept behind it is exactly what I was trying to portray. What is a script? Think about movie actors, right? When they take on the role, they have a script that they write. And so if you think about life, if you are the star of your own movie, you're probably, in a sense, maybe you're improv, like you're coming up with the things on the fly. But for the most part, you have a defined role and you're playing your part. Well, this year, I'm rewriting the script. The role is going to a completely different direction. It's not the same story. It's going to be a masterpiece. And so what we'll be doing is digging in to these different themes that relate. Like this will be the thread that goes through all of the different events and things that we do. Now, I've been working on the calendar for the year. I'm basically aligning it to the Tony calendars. So I'll be in an event and then I'll come and I'll share everything from the event and the energy and the experience with you. And I've named each of those modules. I've got them aligned with the 7Fs. So I've mapped out the year I want to have and where I want to go on a deeper level within myself. Now, some of you may or may not know that I am going to get my certification as a breathwork practitioner. And this is something that happened to me in 2025, part of the coming alive, after I got back from Africa. And I then had the opportunity to serve full time as a senior leader. The first event after coming back was Life Mastery. And I attended I was serving and they had a speaker they'd never had before. And he came on, he did an amazing job, and he said he was going to change everybody's life. Now, I have heard that from, guru after guru after guru, and I pretty much take it with a grain of salt. But something about the way that he approached it, I heard differently. And so he had us go into this breathing event. And I was laying on the floor right over here, listening to him do this event. And I had the biggest breakthrough, life changing experience that I've ever had in modality. Was not expecting it. I basically had an out of body experience, found all this love for myself that I didn't even know existed. And then I had to go back on screen and be a senior leader, rah rah cheerleader in my orange shirt, right? I remember like I crawled up from the floor, got to the keyboard, and I wrote to my trainer. I said, I just had an out of body experience. I'm not sure I'm going to be very much value to the room. And she said, go ahead and rest. I've got the room. Take this. Well, I wrote down everything. I had this vision of what I was meant to do in the future. I mean, it was mind blowing. And I saw in that vision that I was meant to teach breathwork. Never had that been a thing in my mind. I kind of, as the days went on after that, I was like, well, whatever. But it kept coming back and it kept coming back. And I kept thinking, there's something in this. Well, when I went to Sicily, this is a group of people. We love Tony. We do things. And we were doing breath work every day. And this type of breath work came back. And I got to lead my friends in this breath work style in this beautiful retreat center up on top of the hills of Sicily. And the next, like afterwards, I was journaling about it. And I realized that my vision of being a breathwork teacher had come true even without getting certified. And it really had me revisit the style again. I went back and I looked and I saw the price and I thought, oh, how am I going to do this? I don't have income coming in right now. This is going to be a stretch. There's all these plat things going to be happening. And I did it anyway. I'm going to be going to LA at the end of January. I've already started the online modules, so I'm actually going to be certified before I go to the certification class, where we will be mostly practicing and doing things with people. I didn't want to miss out on that aspect, but I wanted to know all of the pieces. I'm so excited about this, you guys. To me, it feels like a piece that I didn't even know was missing. One of the trainings was to do a 5-day detox. And I didn't realize that you would do breath work every day. I really was like, oh, okay. So I did the class, and doing it every day opened up another level that I hadn't experienced before. And something unusual happened at that point, which is I have been doing it every day since. So that was about the 14th. So 15 days in, I just feel so much different, and I am called to it every day. Like I want to do it. I've made room in my schedule. I'm experiencing things, having just these mind experiences that are off the charts. And so rewriting the script in 2026 is going to include some pretty awesome breath work. I'm so excited about this. It's so life-changing. I can't wait to share it with you. But before we go there, I did do some retreat work on the end of the year for us. So we have to finish completely 2025 before we can rush into 2026, where I already know it's going to be an absolutely outstanding year. So if you would like information about the retreat, the replay is available. All you have to do is put EOY, which stands for end of year, or I'll give you a break if you just want to do retreat, but put either of those in the comments and I will be able to send you the link. It's free until the 5th of January. So if you would like to clear out 2025 and bring in the clean slate and all of your goals and ideas for 2026, this is the method that you'll want to use. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. And I'm really looking forward to sharing the breath work with you that's coming right behind it. So, what are you looking forward to as we end 2025? What can you tell me about your aspirations for this new year. And let's go together into this new story, this new adventure, this unpenned, uncharted area of our life, and live as the best versions of ourselves possible. I know that it's just going to be amazing. So, can't wait to share it with you. Have a blessed day, you guys.